You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Macy Eglund. We begin with sex trafficking on Long Island. We are seeing fewer prostitution arrests and fewer victims getting help. We spoke to one of those victims. It's a story you'll see only in Newsday.
The systems are failing.
Sex trafficking on Long Island. Young girls, sometimes just 13 years old, being targeted.
We have this big saying of save our children, but we're not actually saving our children.
According to federal statistics, Long Island is in the top 20 destinations for human trafficking in the U.S. Jasmine Krakowski was 16 when she became a victim.
He took me to a house in Ronkonkoma and told me that I had to sleep with all of them or he was going to kill me.
Sex traffickers are making full use of social media, allowing prostitution to move off the streets and into the privacy of hotels and homes. While the problem may be growing, very few cases are being prosecuted, and resources for the victims aren't being fully utilized.
There's been a downward trend.
Newsday investigative reporter Sandra Petty has been compiling the numbers. She found a dramatic decrease in arrests and court cases, despite millions in government grants. The Nassau County Police Department, which does not have a human trafficking unit, made 316 prostitution and sex buyer arrests in 2013. A decade later, it was down to 22. Suffolk County Police formed their human trafficking unit in 2018, and in the first few years made dozens of arrests, including 21 for people involved in trafficking a child under the age of 18. Progress has slowed significantly in the last few years.
They're complicated cases. Sex workers are not always the most reliable witnesses, and one big reason for that is that they're terrified of their traffickers.
That was true for Jasmine, whose parents reported her missing. She says he threatened to beat her if she told anyone what was going on.
When he got the phone call that the police were there looking for me, I was already threatened and scripted on what I needed to say, or I was going to pay that price.
In recent years, there's been a shift in mindset, which could be behind the drastic change in enforcement.
There's a recognition that many sex workers are victims, and so there's a desire not to arrest them.
But for Jasmine, being arrested for a drug charge and going to court-mandated rehab is what helped turn her life around.
A majority of us don't have that privilege to be where I am now.
So what resources do these sex trafficking victims have here on Long Island?
You're entitled to housing assistance, mental health counseling, job assistance, clothing, food, all sorts of things.
The problem is, very few victims are certified.
It takes a letter from a lawyer, a police officer, social worker, whoever, sent to the state saying this woman is a victim of sex trafficking.
According to the state, since 2018, only 49 victims in Suffolk and 25 in Nassau have been confirmed and qualify for services, despite hundreds being identified by law enforcement. But Jasmine says that help could change a life, and she is living proof.
Now I get to give back in the community and work as an anti-human trafficking advocate and advocate for the girls and be that person that I didn't have.
And Jasmine isn't the only victim to speak to Newsday.
I wasn't the kid that was able to run home to mom and dad. Say like you were walking around and you would have saw something and you said something, you might have been able to save my life a long time ago.
You can watch our documentary, Tatiana's Story, and read more about the issue on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. A 21-year-old from Florida has been arrested for allegedly hacking online prescription websites. The Nassau DA says Devin Anthony Megarian used those credentials to issue thousands of prescriptions for drugs, including oxycodone.
In the past, it was common for a criminal to steal a doctor's prescription pad and use it to fill illegal prescriptions. Well, this defendant and his associates allegedly took that template and updated it for 2024.
Prosecutors estimate the defendant was making between $75,000 and $250,000 a month from the scheme.
This is the new age of drug trafficking. You know, we talk about it all the time in the DEA, the shift from plant-based drugs to man-made synthetic drugs, but also with technology. What we say is if you have a cell phone in your pocket, you have a drug dealer in your pocket.
The 21-year-old is due back in court on February 5th. A jury says Donald Trump must pay an additional $83 million to writer E. Jean Carroll. This is on top of the $5 million another jury ordered the former president to pay her last year. Carroll says Trump damaged her reputation after she accused him of sexual assault. The MTA has made a tentative agreement to buy the abandoned Lawrence Aviation site in Port Jefferson Station. The MTA chairman says the railroad would take over the 126-acre contaminated site and turn it into a rail yard for the Port Jeff line. Well, funding will be coming to fight Fire Island erosion. Senator Gillibrand says the Army Corps of Engineers will begin an expedited process to address the damage from recent storms. There were 2 breaches on the barrier island at Robbins Rest and Fire Island Pines. Well, elementary school students in Baldwin are pitching their business ideas to some of the sharks in the district. So will they get the investment? Sherry Einhorn has more.
And welcome to our Shark Tank.
This is the Brookside Elementary Edition.
Our company is named Second Aid Entrepreneurs, and we are seeking $85 to help support our small business.
The business is their own lemonade stand with plans to donate their earnings to a charity fighting pediatric cancer. These savvy salespeople provided samples. The project is all part of the financial literacy unit here.
Our Baldwin kids went ahead, did the research. They identified the way that they wanted to earn the money. They identified how much money, and they identified what cause was something they wanted to support.
Lemonade, second grade, $1.50. Have you paid?
Teachers divided the students into teams handling advertising, marketing, and graphic design.
She said that I'm really good with computers, so I might understand what it is, and then I understood it when I tried it out.
The kids were grilled with questions.
What will you do if we invest in your company and lend you the $85?
We're going to make Brookside shine. So how about it, Sharks?
After what looked like some tense negotiations,
We're all in.
We're all in. So you'll have the full $85.
You have your $85.
I felt nervous, but now I feel proud that we got the $85.
So what happens next? The kids say they're going to start selling this delicious lemonade here in school next Friday. $1.50 a glass. Goodbye. The money raised will go to Alex's Lemonade Stand, created by a young cancer patient who passed away at 8 years old, but not before meeting her goal of raising $1 million. Do you guys have a goal?
We have a goal to continue her legacy.
In Baldwin, I'm Sherry Einhorn for NewsdayTV.
How sweet are they? And here's another heartwarming story. The crowd went wild for a player on Greenport High School's varsity basketball team. That is Aaron Hubbard scoring his first points on the team. Hubbard has 2 clubbed feet, a spine condition, and a neurological disorder. He's had 14 surgeries at Stony Brook University Hospital. Hubbard's coach says his teammates don't see a disability, they just see Aaron. Congratulations, it's so great. Let's take a look at your Long Island forecast now. Tonight, cloudy and a little cooler, around 39 degrees, but hey, at least it's dry. The rain has stopped. Tomorrow for your Saturday, those clouds do hang around, highs in the lower 40s. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
Paying for food or health care. Many Long Islanders are coping with crushing deductibles. Sherry Einhorn has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
It makes me very stressed out.
Melville's Lori Condon says handling her family's health insurance bills is like a full-time job on top of her actual full-time job.
You have to be a genius to decipher all of the little nuances in all of this billing.
She used to pay about $13,000 a year for a higher premium plan, but recently switched to a high deductible plan because she thought it would be more cost-effective.
I kind of hate it.
She has to lay out $4,000 in deductible costs for her family before insurance kicks in. That means she's paying bills like these: $195, $243, $848.
I was horrified, and I thought to myself, why did I even go?
High deductible plans, $3,200 or more for a family, are often popular because people believe they're cheaper. And sometimes they are.
You absolutely have to be strategic when it comes to health insurance.
Ruth Lynn Noel Joseph is an insurance broker who runs HealthWiz Solutions. She works with individuals, families, and small employer groups.
We want to know how they're using their insurance. Do they have any planned surgeries? What kind of medications are they taking? Are they only going to see their primary care doctor, or are they not? And then we look at age as well.
Between 2020 and 2022, according to a federal database, 47% of people on individual health plans and 44% of people on family plans through their employer had high deductibles.
I hear very often people fall into that hole.
Eileen Karina is a board-certified patient advocate.
These bills start coming in, and as bills start coming in unexpectedly, I think people start avoiding sometimes going to the doctor or getting care that they need because they're getting these bills that they didn't think that they would get.
I want to do the bare minimum.
That's where Lori Condon is now, describing herself as selective when it comes to seeking medical care.
Right now, my feeling is I'm afraid to go to the doctor. I'm very confused. I don't have a good game plan right now. I'm not sure.
I'm Shari Einhorn for Newsday TV.
You can read more about high deductibles on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Here's a little help keeping up with your Eat Healthier New Year's resolution. We rated some of Long Island's salad hotspots. Andy Berlin has today's Feed Me TV.
Salad without Doritos, no go for me. It was my New Year's resolution to eat at chain salad restaurants, and I'm gonna rank them from pretty good, to even better. It feels like you're celebrating vegetables when you walk into a Sweetgreen. I like the salad dressing. It's got a really nice zappy, snippy, zippy lime flavor. I feel like they should have cut the avocado, because if I was at my desk, this would be super awkward. It's pretty good. Cava has the fiercest fan base of any of these salad spots, and it's also the largest chain restaurant I visited. It tastes like a Chipotle version of a Mediterranean bowl. I'm not loving it. It's like, it reminds me of delicious things that I've eaten, and it's like halfway there. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this because people really love Cava, but I don't really know what the hype is about. It's okay. That is a seltzer of healther. Health-ser. So this is Chopped. What I do like about this restaurant is they have really nice tables. When I heard the words crispy chicken ranch, I thought of a beautiful piece of fried chicken, and this is more like a chicken misery. Did I say that was ranch dressing? Because it's kind of hard to tell. It's okay. This is Just Salad. Kind of has a boring name, but honestly, I'm digging this. This is a bucket of health right here. Look at this beautiful health. I appreciate getting a salad that doesn't have any meat in it and still fills you up. I would be so happy if I opened this up in between my 3 p.m. email. This email did find me well. I have a Just Salad. I feel good. I mean, I don't feel good about the world, but I feel good about this salad. And that's the little pleasures. Even better! This is it, folks.
I'm a big kava girl, so I'm going to have to speak with Andy about that. But for more on where to find healthy salads, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Working in journalism, I think you experience the world in a really different way than people in other professions do. I find it very satisfying to learn about things and get to tell other people about them.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Macy Eglin. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great night. We'll leave you with a look at your 7-day forecast.